The genesis of Damage CTRL, where did that start?
That is something that I've like thought about for a couple years before it actually
Really?
happened, you know? Yeah.
Wow.
And I know Dakota has talked about this in her interviews in the past, like it had a different group of people as the time went on, you know. Peyton Royce was someone that I really wanted in there, and Tegan Knox was someone that I wanted in there. There was a lot of people that it just kind of changed throughout time and as people left the company and things like that. But Dakota was always, she's one of the OGs that I always envisioned in this group. I just thought, like, there's no women's factions. Like, there's been trios, and to me, if it were up to me right now, there would be more of us.
Okay.
But we'll see, you know. There's been trios, but there's never been like a big faction where there's 4 or 5 of us. And that's what I wanted. I talked to Hunter about this a couple WrestleManias ago, and he told me, like, well, you need to know why are you guys together? Like, oh yeah, you guys are cool together, but find the reason why. Me and DX were this, me and Evolution were this, and explain those things. Then I was like, maybe I need to think about it more. So when I was injured, I thought about it more and shot stuff at the Performance Center while I was there with a group of girls that I really wanted, because at that time I said, I want girls from NXT that I believe are ready for the next step, and that I believe are ready for WrestleMania and SummerSlam and Royal Rumble. So I had a group of girls. We did a couple videos and a couple pictures, sent it all out until it, you know, could see what everybody thought about it. And then people get called up, then people got released, and it just all kind of fell apart. And I'm like, you know what, maybe it's not a good idea. So up until SummerSlam time, I gave a last-ditch effort to Triple H, and that was how this all happened. But to me, Damage CTRL is just kind of showing the world how much more there is to offer than what you just see on TV every week, you know? Io and Dakota have so much to offer the world that, like, although we're on TV all the time, they're like reserving a lot for their WrestleMania moments and for their SummerSlam moments. And I want to kind of just let them know that they can, like, do everything, you know, just because the spotlights are on certain people. Like, you are born to be here, you are meant to be here and to make history. And I just kind of want to be there to kind of like guide them through. Not that they need it, they're not younger than, we're all the same age, like we've all been wrestling the same amount of time. I just want to be the one person that kind of just shows others that there's like a chance for you to make it too. Like, I don't know, I've just had so much help in my career that I want to be able to help others as well, to show them that it's possible, you know. And they have, I think what we're doing right now is just kind of not changing the landscape or anything like that, but because we're all here and they're so gifted and they're so experienced, we could work with anybody. And we could bring in someone who's only been wrestling for 6 months, or someone who's been wrestling for 6 years or whatever, and we can put on a match or a story with them. That's a very long answer, but I just think that they can do it all, and I want to be there to watch it happen firsthand, I guess.
Did you come up with the name?
Yeah, we all did. You know, I had a few different ideas. We threw out a million different names, and creative came back with a million different names too, and we just couldn't get on the same page. And then, like, you have to also go through legal and all this stuff. My first original one was I wanted to be called The Now, because I didn't want to worry. Like, to me, I didn't care about the championships I won in the past. I don't care about what happens next. Like, these girls right here and what we're about to do, like, this is all, the present is all that matters. So, like, The Now was my first idea.
Why did that happen?
It's like there's a show called The Now or something like that, you know. There's just legal stuff.
I like the play off of NXT, like, you're not next, you're now.
Yeah,
yes,
so yeah, that was like, once I was in NXT, once I was there getting better, I'm like, I need these girls up with us, just because we were like, you know, they could refresh the division and everything. So yeah, then we went through all these things, and I wanted control, and then that didn't work, and then yeah, it just somehow Damage CTRL finally went through.
What's the sweet spot in terms of number of people? Like, if it was up to you, how many people would be?
If it was up to me, see, we're so far in now. If you were to ask me at first, I wanted 5.
5.
Yeah.
And if you could add 2 people, who would they be?
I don't want to give it away, you know.
Okay. You have 2 people in mind?
Yeah, I have people in mind, but if it happens, because I still would like it to happen, you know, I don't want to give it away.
Do you feel like that's possible?
Yes.
You do?
Yeah.
Interesting. People who are on the roster now, main roster? Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. You're pitching this.
Yes and no.
Okay.
You know,
this could be the pitch right here.
Well, yeah.
You know?
Hey, Hunter.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
He's watching, probably.
Let me talk to you. No, there's been like I've sent a few pitches in the past, and he's like, just relax. You know, like you guys need to get established first. And I said, yeah, you're right. Which we do. You know, there's still so much for us to show the world and establish ourselves first and just get excited.
That SummerSlam was pretty much like a week into the Triple H era, so to speak.
Yeah.
So that show wasn't necessarily viewed as like his complete baby, if you will, but it felt like, okay, he was now in charge. And I feel like you guys represented the fact that he was now in charge. Mm-hmm. Does all this happen if he's not in charge?
No.
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 Not even close?
Not even close.
What do you think you're doing?
What do you mean?
Like, is there even a Damage CTRL?
No.
No.
What? Oh, so what would I be doing?
Yeah, like who would you be right now?
I would be. To be honest, I don't know. I didn't know any ideas that they had for me. I didn't, even if I asked like creative, they weren't really sure because they were waiting till I was 100% clear. So I had no idea what I was doing. To me, it's like I feel like I would have just fallen back into the same place that I was. Not that that's a bad thing because I didn't get to do anything with the fans, you know, so it'd still all be new to me and I would have turned it up a million. But this to me is what I wanted and what I needed, and even in my career, not just to help Io and Dakota and the division, but like to me it just adds another layer and another evolution, another piece of evolution to my character, to show a different side of me, to show I don't know, it's just more to it than just being me and worrying about me and me and me and me and me. Now I got these girls to worry about, and I love it. It's what I wanted.
Is it true that the whole thing came together like on 24 hours notice or
yes.
something? That is legit?
Yes.
Where are you when you get the call?
I'm sitting on my couch, and then so I had talked to Hunter the day before. He texted me the next day and was like, oh no, I wake up to a missed call from him. So then I call him back, and because I'm on the West Coast, all right? It's not because I sleep in super late. And then he just like tells me what had happened overnight, and I was like, he's also, can you be at SummerSlam this weekend? I'm like, you mean tomorrow? Yeah. And he said, oh yeah. I'm like, well, of course. And then I freak out, and I'm in dripping sweat, and
What happened overnight?
So after we had talked, he had contacted Dakota, he had contacted Io,
wow.
And I guess talked to creative, and they figured this whole thing out, and then, and that was it. And he just made sure, ran it by me. He's like, is this cool? I'm like, yeah, this is like exactly, I couldn't believe it. I owe so much to him for even believing in me and us in a short amount of time. I sent him one text with a couple videos and a couple pictures, and he was all over it, you know? So I owe him everything for this run right now.
It's amazing you pitch something for like 2 years or have it in your mind for 2 years, and then 24 hours it's like, let's go.
Yes.
Which might be a tough thing to process, but you guys pulled it off.
Yeah.
Are you happy with how it all went down?
Yeah, that was like such a cool moment. I'll never forget the reactions of like, you know, I was excited to hear how people were reacting when I came out, but to hear Dakota and Io's reaction was like, whoa. It was you felt the fans feel like, oh, like things are changing, you know, and for the better, and it's exciting and it's fresh and new. I feel like we still have there's a lot that we can do to connect with the crowd, you know, or show them who we are. But it's just been, ever since we got here after 24 hours notice, it's been like, bah, 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 bah. So we're all just like playing catch up with the WWE universe, I feel like. But man, it's been wild. And I've been so happy and so proud of them.